Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp.
Persie, ja!
Daar is hij. Ja!
Daar is Klaassen, goal!
Hi there, it's podcast 60 from Football-Oranje, your home of Dutch football. I'm Michael Statham, and I'm with website founder Mike Bell to discuss the Netherlands' recent games against Germany and Estonia. We hope you enjoy. It's a shorter podcast than usual, but all the same, we're available on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Football Nation Radio. We hope you enjoy. Mike, it's been a really successful international break for the Netherlands, beating Germany 4-2, which was amazing, and then they followed it up as well with that routine 4-0 victory over Estonia. I just wanted to get your thoughts on what you thought of those two matches and how delighted are you?
I'm ecstatic going into an international break, 2 away games, one which seemed it was going to be very, very hard against Germany, and Germany were definitely the favourites, and then a potential banana skin away to Estonia, and Netherlands have won both of them, dominating both games and looking very good. And once again, the key players have stepped up under Koeman, and yeah, it's just a very positive international break. And right now, everything's looking really good for the Dutch national team. And it was good to know that if the games coming up in October and November, if Netherlands win home and away against Northern Ireland, home against Estonia, and away against Belarus, and that's it. We've topped the group and we're going to the Euro 2020. It's been a fantastic international break, and it's good to see after a few years of pain and not getting to major tournaments that Netherlands are now on the brink of getting there again. If you win the games that they really should do in the next 2 months, it's really exciting times.
It is exciting times, and the manner of how the Dutch put the goals past Germany, and also how they routinely beat Estonia. It was really good to see how the forward players could just create so many chances. Babel scored 2, Memphis and Wijnaldum against Estonia, and they're sharing the burden. I think it's good that the Dutch don't have this striker that they need to rely upon for the goals, and they can have this sort of fluid front three. I think Daniel Marlin's been an amazing addition to the front line. He played more as a striker against Germany when he came off the bench, but tonight, well, we're recording just after the Estonia match, he played more as a right winger, and Ronald Koeman's obviously told the players to utilise his pace in behind, and it opened up the Estonia back line, and they'd have won 4-0. So Marlin's an interesting option, isn't he, going forward? And you can see that him, Memphis, and Ryan Babel, who would have thought at 32, would be so important. I mean, this was Memphis' 10th assist since Ronald Koeman took over not long ago, and this front line just seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Ryan Babel's one of these players that when the fans see him still being in the squad at 32, they're wondering why he's still there. But when he pulls on that Netherlands shirt, it's the same as Memphis. They get so much criticism playing for maybe their club teams, but when they're playing in this national team, they seem to come alive. Memphis Depay, once again, playing a starring role in both games, and Babel getting the job done against Germany with the assist for the Frenkie de Jong goal, and then 2 goals tonight as well. Front line just looks so strong at the moment. I know it's not got an out-and-out striker, but as you say, it doesn't need it. I mean, Memphis is so good playing in that free role, and then you've got the likes of Malen coming through, who is just a handful for defences. I think that I like that Koeman gave him a chance against Germany when they were down. He could have went with a more experienced Berghuis, or even Kluivert, but he went with Malen for his debut, and it made a big difference, and he got his deserved goal, and he did well against Estonia again. He's definitely an option again for the future, and yeah, just the front three worked well in both games. I think Koeman got it right. Maybe not with promise in the first one. I think that he was maybe the one that didn't stand out over the 2 games, and I think he's the one that really needs to find some club form for Ajax. But yeah, just I'm amazed at how good Memphis Depay is in a Netherlands shirt. He just keeps getting better and better, and he pops up with the important goals, but he also gets the important assists. Just since Koeman's came over, he's just been a totally different player, and he's just sensational.
I really like how he's just become so important for the team, that he loves playing for his national team, and It's like he can just leave the whole club form behind him and come to the national team and just perform, be important, and you can see that he loves it. He can be a little bit selfish, a little bit arrogant because he's the main striker, but the players know that how important he is, and they can all play off him. But it's not all perfect for the Netherlands still. We can still hope for better. The situation with the defend against Germany, obviously the test against Estonia tonight, we had to wait until the 77th minute to see Estonia have their first shot. Such was the dominance of the Dutch and the way they kept possession. I thought Frenkie de Jong was excellent against Estonia. But yeah, the defensive issues against Germany, they're still letting 2 goals. Could have been more. What are your thoughts, Mike, on the defence at the moment? Personally, I think that there's an issue with the fullbacks and pace. Whether that's Dumfries at right back and Blint at left back, I think we're getting a bit exposed here, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think Koeman has a few decisions to make over the next few months, and then especially heading into a major tournament, because Daley Blind, he's excellent on the ball at times, but he does get exposed by pace. So against Germany, and yeah, Dumfries, he was a worry going into it, and we talked about it in previous podcasts, that the right back position is one that's really up for grabs in the next few months, and Dumfries, he didn't do himself justice against Germany, and he was dropped against Estonia. And with Rick Karsdorp coming through it again at Feyenoord, he needs to worry about losing his position because he wasn't good enough against Germany. It got exposed. But I think that a lot of criticism about Matthijs de Ligt and Frenkie de Jong in the media, and I think the two of them stepped up big time for the Netherlands and showed that they're still top players. I think de Ligt was horribly unlucky with that penalty against Germany. That was an absolute joke of a decision. He knew nothing about the ball hitting his arm, and how that can be given is outrageous in such a big game. And I think that both him and Frenkie de Jong were both excellent over both games. De Ligt didn't get troubled really against Estonia, who never really went on the attack at all. A really poor team, but yeah, Frenkie de Jong over both games, excellent. And it just shows you that when you play him in his right position, he dominates games. And yeah, he might be getting criticised in the Spanish press, but it's not his fault. It's all Barcelona's coach for playing him out of position, because you just see what he does in a Netherlands shirt and how good he is.
Yeah, and I liked how Koeman decides to play David Prupper in front of the back four against Estonia, because it meant that they could keep playing the ball, they could keep moving the ball on, and it also meant that Frenkie de Jong could play a bit further up the pitch, winning the ball higher up the pitch, and setting the play. Koeman has his favourites, and I just wonder whether that could bite back, because it's fantastic to have De Ligt and Van Dijk in the centre of defence. Frankie's in midfield. Silersen is obviously the goalkeeper, first choice. But yeah, the fullbacks, I think right back is, as you're mentioning, a spot for grabs. You've got Veltman, Dumfries, Karsdorp, maybe even Serginho Dest with a shout of it still, depending whether he can be called up from the grasp of the USA. But left back as well, because Patrick Van Aanholt's often called up but doesn't get a chance under Koeman because he likes Blint. And Daley Blint has been in good form for the past year or so with Ajax, but not a left back. Is that a position they need to be looking at? I remember seeing actually on one of our comments on YouTube on one of our previous podcasts, someone mentioned Robin Gosens at Atalanta. Do you think that it's a position that needs to be looked at? And I mean, for example, I don't think there's many options apart from Blint at the moment, and Gosens is a decent idea. But apart from that, Jetro Willems, does Van Aanholt deserve a chance? Because it's a position that was exposed heavily against Germany.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, Blind, he is Koeman's favourite. And there is games that we've talked about Blind in the past where he's done really well. Yeah, I guess Germany got exposed a little, but in the second half he was good again. And I think his experience is going to, hold him to this position for the time being. But I think it is something that, for me, Patrick Van Aanholt is good going forward. Defensively, not so strong. So if you're coming up against the likes of Germany, maybe isn't the best option. He might be just a bit like Dumfries. He might get caught out of position if he ventures too far forward. Jetro Willems has not really had a great start with Newcastle United so far. If he gets the club form back, he could come back into the fold, but Robin Housens is an interesting choice. If Hateboer got looked at, he didn't really work out. But Housens, he said he's interested in representing the Netherlands, and yeah, if he keeps up good club form, then why not? Why not give him a chance? Because right now there's just a lack of options in that position, and Estiano Haps hasn't really done the business for Feyenoord since he moved there from AZ, and then you've got Tyrell and Malacia coming through, but he might be a couple of years away from becoming a Netherlands option at the moment.
Yeah, but apart from that, there's so many positives that we've spoken about on this podcast, and it's really exciting to see this front line getting better and better. Here's to hoping, though, that the games in October this continues. Northern Ireland and Belarus coming back. Just a quick look ahead to those. Obviously, there's another tie with Estonia as well coming up. Some winnable games. But that double header with Northern Ireland is very important. And just a little look ahead, do you fancy the Netherlands to go and beat Northern Ireland twice?
I think on this form, yeah, definitely. I think that at home in October, Netherlands need to win that game against Northern Ireland, and I think they will. They'll be much stronger. I don't think Northern Ireland will travel to Amsterdam and get us out. I think they'll sit deep and try and frustrate them, because they don't really have the players to dominate a game against the Netherlands in this form. They should be too strong. And then away against Belarus, you're looking at those sort of nations probably being out of the running by then. Never have much to play for except for pride. Whereas Netherlands know that 2 wins in October basically means that they're almost there. And yeah, I fancy Netherlands to win on this form all 4 of their games.
Yeah, on this form where they destroy Germany with all these counter attacks, and the pace is frightening. I think we can all just savour, though, the fact that the Dutch are well on their way towards Euro 2020 and another memorable win over Germany, where I think it's one of those where the Dutch sort of kicked them whilst they were down.
Yeah, and it's a historical result. You don't get many wins in Germany, especially in competitive matches. First win there since I think it was 2002 or 2003. And yeah, it's always great to get a win against the Germans and embarrass them, really, because from start to finish, Netherlands were the better side. Yeah, Germany took the lead early on, but Memphis had a chance before that, and then Silverstone made a good save before the break. But the Netherlands was by far the better footballing team, and yeah, you've got to fancy that Netherlands are going to win this group, because to finish on the same points now as Germany, because they've got the better head-to-head, winning 4-2 over there, they're going to top the group. So yeah, it's another excellent performance, and props to Ronald Koeman, because he got his substitutions right in that second half, and a 1-0 down. He did it right by bringing on Proper and Malen, and that really changed the game in Netherlands' favour. And yeah, I think all the credit needs to go to Koeman, because I think he's doing a fantastic job so far.
Yeah, we have to stick with him, and there were a few doubters about him, but the way that he brought the players on, he bravely put Marlon on against Germany and changed the formation. He hasn't done that in a while. Went from 4-3-3 to that 3-5-2, and it worked wonders. So yeah, Koeman does deserve credit there. Mike, thanks for joining me, and we can savour some good wins for Netherlands, and there's plenty more to look forward to, I think.
Yeah, the great times are coming back.
They are indeed. If you are listening to us on our platforms, make sure you like and subscribe there. There's plenty more to come over the coming weeks. Thanks for listening.
That is back up. That is back.
Ja!
Daar is hij. Ja! Ja!
Daar is Klaassen. Goal!